My name is Mike Young. I'm the creative Crown of the Monolith. Um, Today I have with me um, one of my most trusted playtesters. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Dominic. I go by Black Belt 352 anywhere online. I don't do a whole lot online, but just throwing that out.
Um,
Never hurts to do a little filling, right?
so, Crown of the Monolith. What it is a tabletop RPG that can be played three ways. It can be played as a four player, not including the GM, um, tabletop RPG campaign. It can be played in the form of expeditions, which are randomized encounters. Of course, you can make your own campaigns and whatnot. Um, but the third way is 1v1. You can take your gear and your loot that you gained during your campaign or your expeditions, and you can take it up against your buddy. And because this is a hybrid tabletop RPG with card-based strategy combat and card-based loot as well. Because one of the big things I wanted to attack while I was making an RPG is I was tired of playing that tabletop game and going through that crazy big dungeon, and then at the end of the dungeon, the GM tells you, "Oh, add a 1d6 longsword to your." You open the chest and they say, "Okay, add a 1d6 longsword um, to your inventory," and you write that down, and there it is. It's not special. That's your loot. I didn't want that at all. I wanted it to be a physical item that you can see and you can feel, and with its abilities and with what it does, it drastically changes combat for you. It could change your entire build on your character. It could change in this case, your deck. So today, we're gonna be previewing the 1v1 player combat. So we will get started. Let me pull something up real quick. Okay, so in the PvP, in the PvP combat, um, you will gain 2 energy per turn. You'll notice here that I have 4 energy. Uh, we have shields, we have health, shields, armor, and energy. Now, these are shown in the form of counters, but these can be done with dice. These can be done with a notebook. However you want to write these down. I'm just using counters on Tabletop Simulator because it makes it easier. It's visually easier. Um, so every turn you gain 2 energy. You'll notice I have 4 energy. Well, like I said, when you gain loot, it can change your combat drastically. This Malice Grim Armor, which is legendary armor, um, this armor, wearer of this armor gains 2 extra energy per turn. Bro, what am I even looking at? This is my tabletop RPG that I've been designing, Hunter. The one person who has the emote. um, so you gain 2 energy per turn, and you'll start your turn by drawing 3 cards. Now you can mulligan. So say you didn't like your starting cards in your first turn, you can pack those cards up, throw it in, and then shuffle. But I like my cards. What about you, Dom?
I think I'm gonna keep my hand as well. I like.
Okay. So your starting hand is 3 cards. On your first turn, you do get to draw a card, but you do not gain energy on your first turn. So I'm just using this to show whose turn it is. So I'm going to give Dom the starting, the first turn. So go
Alrighty
ahead.
then.
Yeah. So go ahead and take your turn
So I'll
and
throw off my
explain
turn.
everything you're doing.
So I'll start off my turn. I'm going to draw a card, and I am going to attack with 2 of my weapons at once. With my special ability, Wearer of this armor can attack with 2 weapons at once. And I'm
So
going to send
at this point,
both of my.
it's still attacking like your normal tabletop RPG. You know, you have your 1d12 weapon here, or this one has a primary fire and an alternate fire. So he's attacking with those, and then he has these cards to support those attacks. Or if you use more psionic abilities, which is what I'm calling magic in this game, if you use more psionic abilities, you can your cards can be attacks themselves, even. All right, so go ahead with what you were doing.
Just real quick, could you give me a couple extra D4s?
D4s.
I do not seem to be able to clone. Cool. So I'm going to attack with the primary burst of my Psionic SMG. I'm going to roll a d20 to see if I hit, and also a set of d4s to calculate damage. And I roll a 16.
So he rolled a hit first. Rolling to hit is in this game there's no armor class. It is you are either rolling over 10 or under 10. So you roll over 10 you hit, under 10 you don't. However, your armor can give you more hit chance. So see how he is attacking. He's attacking with a psionic weapon. He's attacking with a 3-round burst, so the 3d4. And that also is a psionic weapon. So because it's a psionic weapon, his armor gives him +6 psionics, which gave him +6 towards his hit chance. So he rolled a 16, so he didn't necessarily need the extra hit chance. Thank you, Kenshin. So he rolled a 16, so he didn't need the hit chance. But say he got a 5. Say he got a 4. He has +6 on the armor, so even if he got a 4, it would still hit 10. It would hit. So how much damage did you do?
So I have 1, 2, and 3, so that gives you 6 damage.
So psionic damage hits shields, and anything that does not specifically say psionic is kinetic, which will hit armor first. So he hit me with a psionic weapon, and you said 7?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now he's going to roll to hit for the sword.
So I roll a d20 in order to check if I hit, or d10 for damage, and a d4 for the health gain. Not that it's going to matter at this point. And that is a 3 for a hit, so I
It's
do
a
not
D12
hit on that
damage.
one. Ah, it is a d12.
Yep.
Well, either way, it does not hit. That is a 3 for hit, plus 6 is a 9. I do not hit that.
Yep, so that misses. He has no kinetic additive, so he misses.
And with that, I am going to end my turn.
Alright, so now it's my turn. So now I would gain 2 energy because uh, yeah. So now I would gain 2 energy, but again, this card, wearer of this armor gains 2 extra energy per turn. So I gain 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a whole lot of energy to have. So what
Now we know why you wanted me to go first, don't we?
And you guys can decide your own methods of deciding who goes first. You could, roll the dice, whoever rolls higher. It's all up to you guys. You passively generate 2 energy per turn. Yes, you do. So every time, every upkeep, like every time it becomes your turn, you gain 2 energy. If Now your energy can be spent on anyone's turn. So if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, uh, imagine all these cards are instant, all of them. There are no cards that can only be played on your turn, which means if you're in a co-op situation in the tabletop RPG, you can play like heals to heal on other people's turns to heal them and things like that. You can direct your abilities and stuff like that to your teammates. You excluded 2 from the armor, but counted 4, so I assumed there was passive energy. Yeah. So you gain 2 per turn, but the armor adds an extra 2 for me. This is a legendary armor, so this is an example of something that's really, really strong. Same with, being able to attack with 2 weapons at once. So, I have 8 energy. I am going to attack. I am going to attack with the alternate fire of the SMG.
Ooh.
So I'm going to roll a d20 to hit. So I rolled a 5. My armor gives me plus 5 psionics, which
Well, that's a
means
10.
that's 10. That hits. So now I'm gonna roll a d12 because that's the alternate fire. So that is 6 damage psionics, but I can add drop 2 energy and play Incendiary Mag.
Ooh.
Next attack from ranged weapon burns for plus 2 fire damage for the next 4 turns. So now he's going to have a stack of fire. So things like this. My bad. So things like this that have like a turn amount like this, where it says plus 2 damage for 4 turns. If I were to play 2 of them in 1 turn, it would not go to 8 turns. So the turns won't stack, but the damage will. So it would mean that they have they're gonna tick for 4 damage. So he is going to take 2 extra damage, and because again it's not psionic damage, it will go straight to armor. So that's 6 damage plus 2, so that's 8. So it's 6 psionic and then 2 to armor.
Yep. And I am all set.
Alright. I'm gonna give up my turn.
Alrighty then. So I will gain my energy. I will draw a card. Okay. This turn is going to be pretty similar to what I did last time. Let's go in with attack both of my weapons. I'm going to do the primary fire. So I just like rolling d4s.
Okay, so he's going to roll to hit. He likes to roll all his dice at once. So he's going to roll to hit and then roll damage.
So 16 will hit, and then I roll a 4, 1, and 3. So that is 8 damage. 8 psionic damage.
8 psionic damage. And then roll for your sword.
And that is a 2. That roll overall is awful. That does not hit.
So I am going to -5, and I'm going to parry the rifle attack. So block enemy attack and riposte with an attack from player's melee weapon. Also, Hunter, thank you for the gifted sub.
My melee did not connect to you. My ranged weapon did.
Block enemy attack, which means...
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all attacks.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and riposte, which blocks his ranged attack. And then it is going to... now I'm going to reaction attack with my sword. So that's a 1d12. So I'm going to roll to hit, which it definitely misses.
What happened?
But either way, at least I successfully blocked his attack. Nobody's rolling high with the sword today.
Doesn't look like it today.
All right. Is it my turn?
I also need to take 2 damage from fire.
Yep.
And go ahead and take that down by 1. And I think that'll be my turn.
Mics are pretty quiet, you said? I can turn him up. My mic, I don't think I have the ability to.
This is about as high as I can get it. Let me know if it's too loud, or because it's peaking on my end. So let me know if this is too loud. Much better? Okay. All right, is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right, so I'm gonna gain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a psionic ball. Deal 1d8. So I'm dealing 1d8 psionic damage, and then +2 to... That is the wrong card. Funny. Okay, there we go. +2 to psionic damage for 2 turns. So now I'm going to roll a 1d8. Where's my 1d8? This one. So that's going to do 3 damage +2, so that's 5. And now I'm going to attack with my SMG, because it seems like the sword is bad luck today.
Seems like it.
So I'm going to attack with the SMG. I'm going to attack with the alt fire again. So I'm going to roll to hit.
Oof.
Sweet. Yeah, so that misses. Great showcase. All right. So
that's such the nature of RNG.
So that's my turn.
So I will gain my 2 energy turn. We'll draw a card.
Now, notice his hand size real quick. Your hand size can't go over 5. So if at the end of his turn he has that amount of cards in his hand, he has to discard 1 card.
Yep.
That's all. Continue your turn. So this could be bad for me because he's got 6 energy right now.
Do have 6. So I'm going to go in with my Psionic SMG once again. I'm going to do the primary burst. So I like rolling my d4s. I have a 12 to hit, plus 6 is a 18 to hit. And then I hit you for 6 damage. But wait, there's more.
Ooh. So this is Thunder Mag.
I'm hitting you with the Thunder Mag.
Next attack from a ranged weapon will stun target for +1 turn. So for this turn, for my next turn, all I will be able to do is gain energy and draw a card.
Alrighty then. And then this turn you are taking... Oh, that was a 3 previously. The one is 6 damage, 6 psionic damage.
Okay.
And now for my sword attack. That is a 12 to hit, and that is a 4 damage.
It's not a psionic weapon.
Oh no! It is not psionic. Apologies. That is a 6 to hit. That does not hit.
We are just swinging and missing with swords
We
all
are
day.
swinging and missing. It's like the dice know that we're alive. And that will be the rest of my turn, and then I will take my burn damage. Go ahead.
Also take your psionic damage, because you have a stack of that too.
Go ahead and pick those 2 down by 1.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw a card, and that's all I can do. It's back to you.
Alrighty then. Into energy. To draw a card. I think I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing with the primary burst of my SMG and my sword.
Okay.
That is a crit!
So we got a crit, so that's going to be +5 to whatever his damage roll is.
And then 8 damage plus 5. 13 damage. 13 psionic damage.
No, it's not. I'm going to play another parry.
Oh!
So I'm going to go ahead and parry him and try to hit with a sword. Which is not working out for anybody today. But
no, it's not.
8. So 8 plus 5, that's going to hit. So I'm going to roll my 1d12. 7. That's a big oof.
7 damage?
Yeah, so 7 damage, and then so notice this thing's ability. If dealt damage, gain 1d4 health. So you can't go over your maximums. So my maximum, because of my stats, was 40. So because of that, even if I roll this right now, I can't gain any more than 40. And that goes the same with these. You'll notice we had different values. That is due to... Okay. That is due to us having character sheets, which I will briefly show. I'm going to go into the character sheet further on another stream. But we both have character sheets which give us those base stats. And then those stats are also helped by our armors. So if you see shields, armor, we're added 18 and then plus whatever it is in I meant parrying that crit. I felt that. Yeah. Well, it felt good for me, okay? So, right. 7 kinetic, and then is that your turn? Because that
I
was a
also
parry.
have the sword damage due.
Okay. So he does hit with his sword, and he's gonna do 7 right back.
Yep. And I am going to gain some armor.
So
Hopefully.
now he's playing armor repair, gain 1d10 armor. So there's a bunch of different support cards like that. There's, gain armor, gain shields, gain health. But there's all kinds of different things that can help you in the heat of the moment in the actual RPG of combat. Like, for example, mobile cover as well. Mobile cover is a card. I should be able to pull that up. If I have it. I don't think I have it right here, right now, but I don't. But I can pull it up like this. Where is... So, for example, mobile cover. Lower enemy hit chance this turn by -4. Or something like decoy. Enemy must attack decoy and kill it before attacking player decoy. Before attacking player. Decoy has 10 health. So continue, Dom, with what you were doing. How much armor did you gain?
I gained 7 armor.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So a net of 0. And then I take 2 more psionic damage and more fire damage. Psionic is done.
Now, right now, we're rolling pretty low, which everyone experiences in a tabletop RPG. We're rolling pretty low, so we're kind of whittling each other down here, but we've had games where we've absolutely obliterated each other in a few turns. So don't think that every single combat that you get into is going to be, this slow, progressive, battle sometimes. And what's great is because it's a dice roll system, even if, that person has that crazy, good deck, that they, have all these crazy legendary cards and stuff like that. If their dice rolls are low and your dice rolls are high, they might have a superior deck than you, but you can still come out on top in a 1v1, which because I also don't like in a card game where, if somebody spent more money than you or something like that, because that's how card games tend to be. If somebody spent more money than you, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to thrash you. And I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted it to be fun no matter how you played it, no matter where you played it, and who you played. So, sure, you can add advantages to your strategy with your deck, but if your dice rolls are low, your dice rolls are low. So is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, so I'm going to gain 4. Draw a card. So I'm going to do Weak Spot. Which is going to attack his health, deal 1d6 damage directly to health. There's not many cards like that, and the cards that are like that are pretty low rolling. So I'm going to deal 1d6 straight to his health, so that's 4 straight to your health.
All right. In addition to that, I'm going to heal by 1d6. The perfect response. 2. So a net of 2 damage.
So just going to go ahead and make me waste my energy. So now I'm going to attack with my sword. So I rolled a 12, so that's going to hit. I'm going to roll a D12 now. Oh, sick. So I rolled a 1. So you're going to take 1 damage to your armor. Evened it out.
There we go.
And that's my turn.
All right, then. I will gain 2 energy. I'm going to draw a card. Okay. And same verse as previously. Going with my Psionic SMG, Burst Fire, or Primary Burst. That is a 15 to hit.
And 9 damage.
9 damage.
Okay. Perfect 9.
A perfect 9. Then, go ahead and roll. That is a 13 to hit and a 10 damage armor.
Down to 9. Perfect 9 and
I
then
get
down
to
to
roll.
9.
Yes. And I get to roll a d4 to gain some health back. I gain 3. So that brings me up to 40. So I cannot go above my health total.
Cool, cool.
Very cool.
Is that your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Good
2
turn.
more games.
So, I don't know if you can tell, but Dom here plays a lot more card games than I do.
I do. I play a lot
so-
of Magic, a lot of Commander.
Even though I made these cards, he usually thrashes me with them.
I think I'm like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 right now.
I think you're 3 for
I think
3
that's
actually.
probably
I think I know I beat you a few games ago, but
Oh yeah, I think you did get one really good round in on me. I think I got some really bad dice rolls that one.
So I'm gonna gain 4, and then I'm gonna swing with my sword again. So this is an example of a little bit easier turn. So that's a 9, but plus 5, that hits. So I'm gonna roll my d12. Oh my god! So that's 1 damage.
Oh, I feel
Oh,
it,
that's
man.
horrible.
I feel it for you.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Cool. Gain 2 energy. Draw a card. I like this.
All right, so
Let's go with the turret.
Dom's going to summon a turret. So now he can attack with 3 things on his turn because he has his armor that lets him attack with 2 weapons at once. And then he has his gun, his sword, and his turret. And his turret can attack for 1d4. And that is up for 5 turns.
Yes. Go ahead and put in. So let's go with the SMG. That is a 14 to hit. 14 plus 6, so 20 to hit. And then
7.
7.
So now you see my shields are depleted. So he's hitting me with a psionic weapon. My shields are depleted. That means it goes straight to my health. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then let's go ahead and hit you with the sword. That is a 12 to hit and 6 damage.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And now my turret gets to attack. Oh,
So he rolls the hit. It rolls a 4. That does not hit. Now, say I had a turret. I have plus 5 kinetics. It's not a psionic turret, but it attacks for kinetic. Anything, again, that does not explicitly say psionic damage is kinetic damage. So, he doesn't have anything on his armor to back up kinetics, so it's not going to hit.
Nope. Probably turn my energy down for that. Summon that this turn. And I think that is all I can do for.
Alright, so I'm going to gain 4. I'm going to draw a card. So now I am going to throw Fireball. So deal 1d8 and then burn for 2 turns. Now 1d8. 7. So 7 plus the 2 fire damage, plus the 2 burn. And now I'm going to attack with my sword. So I'm going to roll to hit. 16, that hits. Okay, so 2 damage. But since it hit and since it did damage, I'm going to roll that d4 and gain 3 health.
Cool.
That is turn.
Go ahead and down all the way. Gain 2 energy. Going to draw a card. Ow. Well, time to repair some armor. Go ahead and roll a d10. 10?
Yep. 1d10.
That gives me 4 armor back. This low energy is killing me right now. But I'm going to do my normal attacks. Go with the Burst Fire SMG. 18 to hit, plus 8 damage.
What is it? 8 damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Then let's go ahead in with the sword. That is a 13 to hit and 5 damage. And the turret for d4 damage. So 15 hits plus 4 more damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, this is not looking good.
I'm hitting hard.
This is not looking good.
It's not. This is. I'm just trying to just pound away at this. Then spent all my energy. I've done all my attacks. That goes to your turn.
See, so I haven't rolled a single good attack roll this game. So if I had been rolling higher, me and him might be even right now. Just for example of what kind of things could happen. So I'm going to gain 4. And then I'm going to minus all 8.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
And I'm going to mind control you.
Oh.
So let me see that hand. Not that you have the energy to use it.
How do I reveal hand?
You could just do this.
Or that.
A
lot of expensive stuff.
Yeah. Which you have none of the energy to use. So I kind of wasted the mind control.
You kind of did.
However, I'm going to attack you with your turret. So I'm going to roll to hit. So 8 plus my kinetic.
Oh, hijacking my turret. Oh, that's a hurt.
So plus my kinetic, that's gonna hit. So that's 4 damage. And now I'm going to attack. And I probably could have done one of these here. I could have saved my energy a little bit, but I really want to show off some of these cards, and we don't have too much time left. So now I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack with my sword because I notice he has no armor. So I'm going to attack with my sword, and even if he did have the energy, he's mine this turn. So he couldn't block even if he wanted to. So
Nope.
plus 5 kinetics. 4. I miss. That's my turn.
Cool. I'm going to gain my 2 energy. Draw a card. And I'm doing my normal attacks. So that is for my Psionic SMG. That hits you. 16 plus 6 is
8.
22. That hits you for 8 damage.
Oh, man. Okay.
Going with sword. That's a crit.
So
and
that's a
that
crit.
hits for 6.
So that's plus 5, so that hits for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then go ahead and smack me with your turret.
Before we do,
Oh,
I'm gonna mute fire on
no.
that. Take 2 more damage. And you get fire. And since I hit you with my sword, I get to
Gain.
heal 2
Yep.
damage. And I will hit you with my turret. Oof,
That does not hit.
that's a 1. Ah. 3. Take 2 damage from fire damage. And that will be your turn.
All right. So, damage control here. I got a gain. Try to keep myself alive here. Oh, I thought that was going to be a 1. That spun on the 1 for a little while.
I was just like, oh, come on, give me
1,
that
2,
one.
3. Now I'm going to attack with my sword, which can't do much here. 7 plus 5.
12.
So now 5 damage. All right, and that is turn.
Gain energy. Draw a card. Yep. Let's go ahead, do same thing I've been doing this whole game. Hit you with my Psionic SMG. 13 plus 6 is 19. That hits. And then
Plus the fire,
4,
that's
3,
lethal.
1 is 8.
Plus the fire, that's lethal.
Plus the fire is lethal.
Yep, so you don't even have to attack with anything else. So that is an example of just 1v1 card combat. If, you know, I got this cool legendary armor, he got that cool legendary armor. I built this deck based on that legendary armor. It's got cool stuff in it like critical strike, make a roll, and automatic critical. You also got energize, you know, gain additional 2 energy this turn, so I could gain all the mana to do things like this. Hand of Tenebrae. Tenebrae is the god of darkness and death in the world and the lore of Crown of the Monolith. So, Hand of Tenebrae is a giant orbital laser. Orbital strike target for 1d20 damage. There's also, force field, block ranged attacks. And you saw almost everything else in this deck. So I'm going to search his deck real quick just to show you some of these cards that you didn't get to see. So you also have Shield Recharge. You have Double Crit. If a critical was rolled this turn, double the effect. You saw the Thunder Mag earlier. You have other support cards that you got to see, like Gain Shields. There's also stuns for melee weapons as well. Different cards. And then, like I said, you have things like Mobile Cover, you have Decoy. Other cards are designed and written up. I just haven't play tested or balanced them yet, so I'll be showing more cards later. And we will talk about the actual RPG later after I flip this table. We'll talk about the actual RPG at another time. But just to give a close example of what the game sort of will look like. You have, your captain, your engineer, your weapons, and your pilot. And then you have your ship. This is just an example of a ship. So this actually is subject to change, possibly, how this card is organized with how it shows its stats. So GM spot, and then, captain, engineer, weapons. And they all have special roles within the ship and within the crew. Now, your role is completely separate from your character. So, if I could pull up a character sheet. So if I pull up a character sheet, I will point out there's a typo in it. Just full transparency here. So, in a character sheet, your character, so your specialization is your role that you prefer to play, but that doesn't mean you're playing it. So you could take this character and be a captain in this campaign or this expedition, do expeditions with friends, and then go to another group of friends with that same character and be a weapon specialist. Now, again, there are 3 ways to play. There's that 1v1 combat that you just saw. There's the big tabletop campaign, but there's also expeditions. Expeditions are probably what I'm going to show off in my next, in our next dev stream. Expeditions are, again, they're randomized journeys. They are drawn from a deck. Your captain draws destination cards, which are jobs. And you choose a job, and that job's going to have a specific amount of warps on it. And that's how long it's going to take your ship to get there. But also, every time your ship warps, you will draw from the warp deck. And the warp deck is full of just random encounters. So you'll experience all kinds of crazy stuff. And there's going to be a lore book with it. And the lore book will give the GM context as to what the warp cards are. The warp cards are going to be numbered. And it's going to explain a little bit more in the book. So the GM will be able to give context and, in regular GM fashion. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at what the tabletop RPG or expedition play looks like. But as far as actual playing of it, we'll have to do that on another stream. So thanks everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys for your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. You can also email any questions you have to my games email, which, give me one moment. You can email to crownofthemonolith@gmail.com. And again, for more frequent updates, follow me on Twitter. It is at Monolith Crown on Twitter. And these next few streams could be on Twitch. It could be on YouTube. I'll have to post more details on Twitter. But again, thank you guys for coming out. And it's been very fun. Thank you, Dom, for helping me with this demonstration.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun to play, and it's been fun play testing, but it's nice seeing that this is starting to get more traction. So I'm excited for seeing where this goes.
What about AOL Messenger? Our aim is no AOL Messenger AIM was actually shut down a little while ago, but that's a whole separate thing. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Thank you to everybody who asked questions. Thank you to people who asked questions over text and not in Twitch chat as well. So thank you guys, and have a good night.
Have a good one. Well, I hate to sort of like play and run, but